Do nothing on mental health leave. I do nothing. I write, I think. I know that sounds crazy, you think. Yeah, I never sat alone with my thoughts because they were too sad and too scary. And so I never just sat and thought about the things that I experienced and the choices that I had made and the choices that maybe like family members had made and why our lives were different and why, my siblings and I grew up in the same household, but, two of them have gone to prison and one of them is living on the streets just like our dad. And what like why did these things happen? And what choices maybe I could have done something better as a sister. What did I do that contributed? What could I have done better to make sure that my siblings turned out okay? Is this my fault because I left them? Processing all of those things, right? Like I left that house knowing what it was like, and why did I do that? And so I spent a lot of time being honest about that, processing my guilt about my sister's death, processing my guilt about my other sister living on the streets, processing my guilt about not being there physically when this happened, about not seeing the signs. Honestly, in a lot of ways, wishing that I wasn't born so that my mom would have had the chance to pursue her dreams and be a happier person. My God, if I could give my life away for her to have a more fulfilling one, I would have, because it was much better than the really, really hard life that she had and subsequently gave to her children. We had really hard lives, and she had a really hard life. And I mourn that for her. It wasn't just the process of mourning my mother's death, wasn't just mourning my mother's death or mourning my father's death. It was mourning their life ending in that way, and how sad that was, and how sad it was that they would never have the opportunity to know their grandkids. Mind you, and I didn't even mention this part, so during this time period, I'm also rebounding back from postpartum depression. I had pretty severe postpartum depression with my first child. So badly, in fact, that I had lots of ideations, plans, and so processing through that. And I spent, like I said, a lot of time writing, talking to God. I did not spend a lot of time praying in my childhood, though I did spend a lot of time in church. And that is, I think, because it was such a juxtaposition, right? Like family members who would take me to church. My parents never went to church in my childhood, but I had family members who would come take me to church, and I would feel like a normal kid, and I would sing praise, and I would read the Bible, and I knew all the books of the Bible, and from A to Z, and then go home to parents who were using drugs and alcohol and beating me. And it corrupted my faith.